Can a 5 to 7 kilowatt generator really run a house? That sounds like a simple question. The kind of question you expect a simple yes or no answer to, but it isn't. Because when most people ask that question, they're not really asking about watts, breakers, or engines. They're asking something much more human. They're asking if life will feel normal. Will the lights come on? Will the food stay cold? Will there be coffee in the morning? Will the house feel safe at night? Maybe even, will the TV still work? And none of that is unreasonable. Those aren't foolish questions, they're honest ones. But here's the part almost no one says out loud. The real question isn't whether a generator can run a house. The real question is this: what kind of house life are you expecting it to run? Because a 5 to 7 kilowatt generator can keep a home livable. But only if you're honest about what works and what doesn't. So in this video, we're gonna slow things down. No hype, no brand arguments, no fear-based scenarios. Just a clear, honest walkthrough of what a generator this size actually does in the real world. And if you've ever wondered whether your plan is solid or quietly fragile, stay with me. Because the answer may surprise you. When people say they want to run their house, most of them are picturing the same thing. Lights turn on when you flip the switch. The refrigerator hums along in the background, usually pulling only a few hundred watts once it's running. The microwave works, drawing about 1500 watts while it's on. Coffee in the morning, maybe the TV on at night. That's the mental picture. And here's something important. None of that is wrong. That's a reasonable expectation. It's a human expectation, but it's incomplete. Because running a house isn't about whether individual things turn on. It's about what runs at the same time. It's about how long it can run. And it's about what happens when real life overlaps. When someone heats food while the furnace blower kicks on, often adding another 600 to 800 watts. When the well pump cycles unexpectedly, briefly pulling 2,000 to 3,000 watts as it starts. When the fridge compressor and microwave start together. That's where plans get tested. Most people don't lose power and immediately think about managing electrical loads. They just live, and that's exactly where problems show up. If your plan only works when everyone remembers the rules perfectly, it's not really a plan, it's a gamble. Now here's the good news. A 5 to 7 kilowatt generator is not small, it's not weak, and it's not useless. In fact, it's one of the most practical generator sizes for short-term outages when it's used correctly. Let's talk about what it does well. A refrigerator and a freezer, typically under 1,000 watts combined once running. No problem. A gas furnace blower, often under 1,000 watts. Absolutely. Basic lighting throughout the house, usually a few hundred watts total with modern bulbs. Yes. A well pump cycling occasionally, even if it spikes higher when it starts, usually fine. A microwave, a coffee maker, or a toaster, each around 1,500 watts, also fine. But here's the phrase that matters most in this entire video. One at a time is the key. Not because the generator's weak, but because power stacks faster than people realize. When you treat a generator like a shared resource instead of an unlimited supply, everything changes. You cook, then you heat. You pump water, then you rest. So you live in phases instead of trying to power everything at once. And when people do this well, something interesting happens. They stop feeling anxious. The house isn't luxurious, but it's stable. And stability matters more than comfort when the power's out. If this kind of clear, no-nonsense preparedness content is useful to you, hitting like and subscribing really does help. We're a smaller channel trying to grow, and the algorithm only pushes videos that people actively support. If you want more honest breakdowns like this, without hype or scare tactics, subscribing is one of the easiest ways to support that. Now let's keep going. This is where expectations need to be adjusted. Not because people are wrong, but because marketing has trained people to expect too much. A 5 to 7 kilowatt generator has limits, and those limits show up fast with certain appliances. Electric stoves are a big one. An electric stove or oven can pull 3,000 to 5,000 watts while heating, which is most of a generator this size by itself. Electric water heaters are another. A typical electric water heater draws about 4,500 watts and tends to stay on once it starts. Central air conditioning is a major one. It might run at 3,000 to 4,000 watts, but startup surge can briefly double or even triple that. And multiple heating elements running at the same time is where things fall apart quickly. Here's the mistake people make. They test things individually. The stove works, the microwave works, the furnace works, so they assume everything works. And then one evening, everything overlaps. The generator bogs down, a breaker trips, or the engine stalls. And suddenly the question becomes, why did this fail? It didn't fail. The plan did. This is where startup surge matters. Motors and heating elements don't just draw power while running, they draw extra power when they start, stack too many startup events together, and the generator simply runs out of breathing room. And it lets you know, if your generator plan assumes nothing unexpected ever turns on, you don't really have a generator plan, you have a wish. Now let's talk about the part almost no one plans for properly. Fuel. Gasoline. Propane. Natural gas. Each has pros and cons. We're not diving into brand wars or conversions today. What matters is this. The harder your generator works, the faster fuel disappears. At around 25% load, a generator sips fuel. At 50% load, fuel use is reasonable. At 75% load, fuel burn increases fast. And once you're pushing near capacity, it accelerates quickly. This is where a lot of people get surprised. They assume runtime is fixed. It's not. Runtime depends entirely on how much you're asking the generator to do. Here's the line that matters. A generator doesn't fail first. Fuel does. And this becomes painfully real as night approaches, when you're tired, when you want quiet, when you want to sleep. For most homes, night is actually a planned downtime. The generator gets shut off, the house goes quiet, fuel is saved for the next day. Unless you have something that truly needs power overnight, like heat in extreme cold, a CPAP machine, or medical equipment, there's no reason to keep it running. Running a generator flat out just to feel normal when nothing essential needs power means more refueling, more noise, and less margin tomorrow. It's not preparedness, that's stress. The fastest way to hate your generator is to ask it to live like the grid. So what does success actually look like with a generator this size? It looks calm. The house is livable, food stays cold, heat works, water flows when needed, You're tired, but you're not stressed. You're not trying to recreate normal life. You're maintaining stability. And that difference changes everything. You plan power use instead of reacting to it. You're not surprised by limits. You expect them. And because of that, the generator feels reliable instead of fragile. This is the heart of preparedness. Not owning more equipment, not chasing bigger numbers, but understanding what actually matters when things are inconvenient, uncomfortable, and quiet. Preparedness isn't about powering everything, it's about knowing what matters. If you've made it this far, you're exactly the kind of person this channel is for. Drop a comment and let us know what you'd like to see next. Whole home systems, diesel generators, battery setups, or real outage walkthroughs. This channel grows by listening, not guessing. Here's the part most people don't expect. The real issue isn't whether a 5 to 7 kilowatt generator can run a house. The real issue is whether you're trying to run your house or support your life. When people say a generator isn't enough, what they usually mean is this: it isn't enough to pretend nothing changed, and that's true. But it is enough to stay safe, fed, warm, and stable. If you understand it, the generator isn't the weak link. Unrealistic expectations are. So let's bring this home. A 5 to 7 kilowatt generator can run a house, but not the way most people imagine. It runs a house in phases. It runs priorities, not everything. And it rewards planning far more than power. If this video helped you think clearer, that's the goal. I've put up a few polls on the channel asking what you want to see covered next. This channel grows by listening, not guessing. So if you want to say in future videos, head over and vote. You can also leave a comment below with what you'd like to see next. It helps more than you might realize. And if this kind of preparedness thinking resonates with you, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.